Hello everyone, my name is Aastha. I welcome you all to our classes for International English Olympiad for class 9th. Today we will be doing the 18th class, which is titled Jumbled Words. Jumbled words is going to be a pretty easy and fun exercise. You just have to unjumble the words into meaningful sentences. Let's just get started.
Alright, so what are jumbled words? Now jumbled words क्या होते हैं ये आपको इसके जो the phrase है jumbled words इसी से आपको थोड़ा सा guess लग रहा होगा. However, alright, so what are jumbled up words? We can figure it out from the word itself, that you will be given words which will be jumbled up, and then you will have to figure their correct order so as to form meaningful sentences. Alright, so correct order will have to be found to form meaningful sentence. For that we will have to take care of the subject and the predicate, and the subject verb object agreement you'll have to look into. And most of these jumbled words, this is going to be pretty easy, because when you read these sentences, I think you will be able to figure it out for yourself that what is the correct answer. Okay, so it's not going to be that difficult. You don't have to worry about. It is going to be a fun and easy exercise. Okay. Alright, so here you see we are given a few jumbled up sentences. These are the jumbled words, and then we have to form a meaningful sentence. Let's see the first one. She tired is very. Here this can be unjumbled and written as she is very tired. Alright. And similarly, the next one, work she a lot today of did. This can be written as she did a lot of work today. Right? Okay, so for solving the jumbled sentences, which I showed you in the previous slide, what you have to do is first understand the subject and predicate. Now, subject is what? Subject is the person or thing that is doing an action. And predicate is the part that contains the action. Which means subject is something or someone which is performing what? Performing the predicate. Alright, so once you understand which is the subject and which is the predicate, it becomes easier for you to solve the question, which means to solve those jumbled words which you are given and form a meaningful sentence. आप subject understand करेंगे कि ये subject है, ये person या thing, ये action perform कर रहा है या कर रही है, and उसी के हिसाब से then you will move on to the predicate, that this is the action being performed. So उसी हिसाब से direct speech या indirect speech जो भी आंसर जिस भी फॉर्म में आंसर होगा, usually jumbled sentences direct speech में ही होते हैं. They are pretty simple. Alright, और आपको words देख के आप अपने आप ही you will be able to guess for yourself only कि ये आंसर है. But एक basic understanding के लिए आपको subject और predicate दोनों का पता होना जरूरी है. Alright. Alright, so ज़्यादा कुछ है नहीं, अब बस हम अपना क्विज करेंगे. ठीक है, जो हमने जम्बल सेंटेंसेस करे हैं, जम्बल सेंटेंसेस में you don't have to worry much. You just have to understand कि subject क्या है और predicate क्या है, और उसी हिसाब से आपकी एक sentence formation हो जाएगी. Alright, so हम जैसे जैसे करते रहेंगे आपको examples भी मिलते रहेंगे और आपको और अच्छे से समझ आएगा. Alright, so let's start. Alright, so for the quiz, what we will be doing is, now every question you will be given 1 minute. 1 minute means 60 seconds. Why am I giving you 1 minute? Because you see, your question paper of IEO, it has about 50 questions, and so you can imagine that you get more or less a minute to answer the questions. Now this 1 minute is the maximum that you should be taking for answering the question. Now suppose there could be two, three categories of students. First category is, suppose you answer the question within that 1 minute. So I would request you to fast forward the video and skip right to the answer. You should not be wasting your time. Alright. Now the other students who are not able to answer the question in 1 minute, what you do, you don't skip to the answer. You pause the video and you write down your answer. Alright, it is very important to answer each and every question because there is no negative marking. Here you see, for every incorrect answer, no points, because there is no negative marking in IEOs, which is important that you attempt all the questions. Now for a question of which you are not sure about the answer, now even here and even in the exam, if you are not sure about the answer and you maybe think that B option might be correct or C option might be correct, so you should in that case play your luck and play your mind and make a guess and still give an answer, because it is a win-win situation. Either you will get the marks for that question or you will get a 0, right? But if you don't attempt that question at all, then you are anyway getting a 0 in that, right? So it is good to attempt those questions, and even if you don't know all the answers, try to understand and take a guess. Okay, so this is for every correct answer 10 points. This is just for your own little game where you can try to maintain a notepad. So here you write the name of the chapter and then the question, and then if it is correct you can give yourself 10 points. If it is not correct, you mark it here. So it is important to see these questions, the ones which you mark incorrect. It is important to go back to them later and then see where you did the mistake. Alright, this is just for your reference. For every correct answer you can give yourself 10 points. Alright, now let's start. Alright, now we start off with the questions on jumbled words. Let's see, it says arrange the jumbled words appropriately to form a meaningful sentence. Let's read. Not children below of age the must drive 18 years. Okay, now here you see we can figure out the subject. The subject is what? Children. Okay, the children. So there could be one or two strategies which we could adopt in following these questions. One strategy could be like this, where we identify what could be the subject. Then we read only those sentences which start with the subject. Like here we identified children. So B starts with the children and D starts with children. We could read both of these and then figure out which is the correct answer. Or we could just read all these sentences and figure out which one makes sense to you. Or the third strategy, which could be most annoying and time consuming, could be you take this sentence, you first form the answer on your own, then you read it. Now that I would not advise, because you know that would consume a lot of time. All right, so here we will move as per the questions. Like here, first of all, as I told you, we identified the subject. Now let's read these two options. The children below 18 years of age must not drive. And then here D, we have the children of below age 18 years must not drive. The correct answer is B. Now this is the quickest strategy that you can do, because you see what happens here. First you identify the subject, then you read only those sentences which start off with the subject, and then you in 99% of the cases you will be able to figure out the answer. But if suppose these two would have been incorrect, then you just quickly go through the other ones as well. And even if the answer is correct, you still go through the other ones and just see if you know, by chance you have not marked the incorrect one. All right. So as we will do the question, it will be clearer to you. Here the correct answer is B. Okay, here we have protection are, we, must, helmets, own, wherefore. Here, can you figure out a subject? It is we. We is a personal pronoun which usually acts like the doer of the action as the subject in the sentence. So let's stay for we. Here we have wear helmets for own, our own. Here D. We must wear helmets for our own protection. Pretty easy. This seems the correct one. You can just quickly go through the other ones and see if they make sense to you. Like A, wear helmets, we must for our own protection. Does make sense. B, for own our protection, we must wear helmets. D, our own protection, for must we wear helmets. Now all the others, all these three are what? Tutti putti English. The correct answer is only D. We must wear helmets for our own protection. Okay. Okay, here we have had charming, Indira Gandhi, personality, powerful, and a. Pretty easy. I think here, since we're given a name, this seems like the subject. Let's read C and D. Indira Gandhi had a charming and powerful personality. D says Indira had the Gandhi charming and a powerful personality. Its correct answer is C. Indira Gandhi had a charming and powerful personality. Right. Okay, here we have visit, good, Sabarmati ashram, her, to, made impression on her. So here it could be Sabarmati ashram, it could be, okay. Now, suppose in sentences like this, you're not able to figure out what the subject might be. So just quickly go through the sentences. Like here, a visit to Sabarmati ashram made her good impression on her. Okay. Be a good impression made on her visit to her Sabarmati ashram. Incorrect. See, her visit to Sabarmati ashram made a good impression on her. Visit to her Sabarmati ashram made a good impression on her. Correct answer is C. Her visit to Sabarmati ashram made a good impression on her. All right. Okay, here we have or, play, don't, in the sun, go out. Okay, now here this seems like a command or an advice. Must start with don't. Don't play, go out, or in the sun. Don't go out or play in the sun seems correct. Don't play, go, or out in the sun. Correct answer is C. Don't go out or play in the sun. Okay. Okay, here we have beaches, shells, sandy, a variety, provide of. Okay, now here the answer could be, the subject could start with beaches also, a variety also. Let's just read the options. A variety of shells provide beaches sandy. Beaches provide a variety of sandy shells. Sandy beaches provide a variety of shells. A sandy beaches provide a variety of shells. Correct answer is C. Sandy beaches. Why? Because the adjective sandy suits with beaches and not shells. Beaches are sandy, shells are not sandy. Right, so the correct answer is sandy beaches provide a variety of shells. Alright. Alright, here next up. Purposes many came to India various explorers for. Various purposes came many explorers for to India. Various explorers came to India for many purposes. Explorers came to India for various many purposes. And D, many explorers came to India for purposes various. Correct answer is B. Various explorers came to India for many purposes. Easy? Okay, here we have great each has many continent rivers. Okay, the options are each continent has many great rivers, seems correct. Many great rivers has each continent, incorrect. Great rivers has many each continent, incorrect. Each has many great continent rivers, again incorrect. Each, we don't have a noun here. Correct answer is A. Each continent has many great rivers. All the others are just simple tutti frutti English. Alright, now here we have that is bright generation one are young. Okay, let's see that bright one is a young generation. Bright one is that generation young. That generation young is a bright one, or young generation is a that bright one. Here the correct answer is here A. That bright one is a young generation. Alright. Okay, here we have most important breakfast is of the meal the day. Okay, here it could start with the most important, also could start with breakfast also. Let's read. Breakfast, the most important is meal of the day. Incorrect. The most important meal of the day, breakfast, is incorrect. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day seems correct. A day, the most important meal is breakfast of the day. Correct answer is C. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Alright. Okay, so with this, we finish off our questions. On jumbled words. I hope you have understood the overall strategy. Jumbled words is a very fun exercise. You don't really need to learn any rules for it. This is a pretty easy topic which you can generally do on your own. I've just provided a certain way of solving the questions to you. Okay. All right. So
that's all for our class on jumble words. I hope you have understood the basic premise, how to unjumble these words. You just have to take care of a few subject, verb, object, agreement, and the subject and predicate idea. Once you identify the subject, you can easily unjumble the sentence. So as we did in the questions. So keep on solving a few more if you can find. I will see you the next time. Till then, keep revising and keep learning. Thank you for watching.